Okay, still working on this problem. I decided to look at some of the hints. 2 pointers string. So it looks like 2 pointers. The entire logic for reversing a string is based on using the opposite directional 2-pointer approach. Opposite directional 2-pointer approach. I have never heard of this. Opposite direction 2-pointer. Opposite. Involve 2 pointers. Okay, let's take a look at this. What is this? This is 2 pointers is really an easy infection which is still used for searching pairs in a sorted array. Given a sorted array, a sorted array having in it, find if there exists any pair of numbers such that the sum is equal to x. Let's see the naive solution. Given sum, the term of this is O n squared. Now let's see how the 2-pointer technique works. We take 2 pointers, one representing the first element and the other representing the last element of the array, and then we add the values kept at both pointers. If the sum is smaller than x, then we shift the left pointer to the right, or if the sum is greater than x, then we shift the right pointer to the left in order to get closer to the sum. We keep moving the pointer until we get sum as x. Okay, so basically it says, how does this work? I can basically use the fact that the input array is sorted. We start the sum of extreme values smallest, largest, and conditionally move both pointers to the left. More problems. Sure, but what about, okay, arrays one time. Characters are both so most of the arrays one is carry, right? We'll discuss some common techniques to help you solve 2-pointer technique. One slow runner and another fast runner. There's another variant of that. One word starts from the beginning while the other starts from the end. They move towards each other until they both meet. Oh, I know how to do this, I think. So, oops, sorry. Oh, here it is. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. So I think I've never heard of this method before. I especially did not know a word, but opposite directional. Opposite directional. I don't know what opposite directional means though. What is opposite? Opposite directional 2-pointer. I think it just means they're pointing in different. They're moving in different directions. So that's what's happening here. So here's what I'm thinking. Let's say we have. Well, let's take this example, and let's say we have one pointer here. And then, oops, and there's another pointer here, right? So it's like my left and my right. So I'm going to say L and right equals 0 and length of S minus 1. I'm actually going to just record N equals length of S because I don't want to be like computing the length multiple times in my program. So we'll do that. So we have 2 pointers, left and right, and what you can do is move them in opposite directions. So you can compute the value for the other one and then give this one the same value. So I guess you're really just going to swap them. So what I'm thinking is, while basically L is less than R, so yes, I'm thinking I'm going to move them. So like, I'll swap these, then I'll move this one here, and I'll move this pointer here, and then I'll say, okay, swap these two, and then I'll say I'll move this pointer here, and then I'll move this pointer here. So they both are going to be at the same place now. Like this, both pointers are at the same element. If that case, we just stop. So we only do this while L is less than R. So once they're equal, we stop. Suppose we had R here. So instead of that happening, we would end up with a pointer here, And we would want to swap those so it'd work, and that would work. It would give me LORLEH. So we want to run it while L is less than R. So this is my left pointer and my right pointer. So this is basically going to do this. So I need to swap now. So to swap, I'll say S of L and S of R is equal to S of R and S of L. Okay, right, so I'm just swapping. And then we're going to do L plus or plus or equal to 1 and R plus or equal to 1. We don't return anything, so I think that's basically it. Whoops. Print L and R. 0 and 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Print L and R. Let's see what L and R is in here. Oh, wait a second. I have to subtract from R. R is supposed to move in the opposite direction. Whoops. Small mistake. Yeah, so once the left one moves to the right and that one moves. Cool, yeah, submit. That's a really fun problem. It's a very simple technique. It can be used in other problems too, it looks like. But yeah, it's just using the opposite directional two-pointer approach, moving 2 pointers in opposite directions and swapping elements. And in this case, your time complexity is 1. It's just one while loop, so it has a time complexity of O of n. So yeah, it's very, very nice problem, I guess.